Hi, Jeremy. It is so wonderful to have you here. I first discovered Dalcroze when I was living in San Francisco because the American Conservatory of Music was using it to teach. And I was really fascinated about the connection between movement and music and how we can apply that to children and their development. So can you tell us exactly what is the Dalcroze approach to music?
Actually designed for pre-professional conservatory students at the Conservatoire de Genève in Switzerland, where it originated. And it was later adapted, and it does adapt beautifully, I think, to working with kids. And I would say there's no one way that it has to be done, but I can tell you that most of the people that I encounter, especially in my teacher training program, will say, oh my God, I wish I would have had this when I was a kid. If I only could have had these types of experiences when I was growing up. And it would have just changed everything for me.
What are some of the benefits of Dalcroze music on the learning and development of young children?
I mean, you can use Dalcroze to improve your ability to play tiddlywinks if you want to. I mean, it's one of those approaches that can be adapted to just about anyone at any age, any level, any instrument. We have babies and toddlers who thrive in Dalcroze classes. Usually they're with their parents or a caregiver in those environments. And then we also can have elementary and middle school age students that really blossom in a Dalcroze Rhythmics class or in a Rhythmic solfege course. I have at my school teens that are doing fantastic work. They are really discovering their own voice through this work, which I think is amazing. They eventually go on and take advanced placement music theory exams, but they've learned all of this material through their body, which I think is incredible. And in a class with me, we start with movement, where we're going to move. We're going to move our whole bodies, and we're going to move and respond to music in some sort of a way that fits my objectives for the day. The movement might look somewhat like dance. Sometimes it might look more like just walking. Sometimes it might be skipping or leaping or sometimes even crawling or sliding. I mean, there's so many different ways it can look. But then we as Dalcrozians take those movement experiences and we translate them into some kind of musical vocabulary that students start to discover through the movement. So like, for instance, I might do an activity like this, where I might start here. And I might say, keep just stepping my beat to this music, but if my music changes color, then I want you to move backwards in space. And if it changes back to that other color, then I want you to move forwards. And so now they would be moving forwards, and now they would move backwards.
When children are young, they're actually taught to clap their hands and sing and move to nursery rhymes. Can you tell us that interconnection between movement and music and how it enhances a child's ability to learn?
When we consider what it is that makes music function, this is summarized best by one of my college professors. His name was Dr. George Cherry. And he used to say, music was the next best thing to religion, because it's something that you have to feel. It's something that you have to sense. It is something that you have to intuit. And I think that movement in conjunction with that really helps us to uncover a lot of mystery in what that can be. And it starts to make it more tangible. It starts to make it more almost visceral. It's just a part of who we are. And then we take those experiences and we give them labels. We learn how to write them. We learn how to react to them based on what we see, based on what we sing, based on what we do. We use so many different ways of approaching music. It's not just through the ear. It's not just through the body. It's not just visually understanding. It is not just through touch. It is not just through proprioception, our ability to sense space and adjust to it. It's not just that, it's all of those things together. The aim of Eurythmics is to enable students at the end of their course not to say, I know, but that I have felt. I also think that children enjoy this a lot, or they have a lot of fun, because it gives them a space, a creative space to play. So like, for instance, I might have an activity with my kids. I just did this week. Mm-hmm. Everyone be snails on the ground. Slide across the ground. Take your home with you. And slide, slide. And they're having so much fun being little snails. And then all of a sudden, if you hear thunder, hide in your shell. Oh my God, do they love that? They just get such a kick out of it. So they get to be in this space where they get to hide and to have fun, right? And then I will say, if the music changes, be a little butterfly and fly around the room. Show me your butterfly wings, fly. And we alternate back and forth between being snails and being butterflies. So if I were with my students, I might say, for instance, could you show me that flitter flutter again? Let's do that together. Flitter, flutter, flitter, flutter, flitter, flutter, flitter, flutter, flitter, flutter, flitter, flutter. That is how it goes. Excellent. Friends, this is what flitter flutter notes look like. Flitter, flutter, flitter, flutter. Yeah. And could you please try now with me those beautiful slides that you did? Can we take out our arms and we'll slide together? Slide, 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 slide. And I might draw it first like this with these long dashes so they know how long it is. And then I can say, this is what a sliding note looks like. Which one is faster, the flitter flutters or the slides?
So where can people go for more information about Dalcroze and their own area?
I'm happy to say that the Dalcroze Society of America is our professional organization. So if you go to dalcrozeusa.org, you could find tons of information and resources, and they can direct you to different centers around the country where you can learn.
Okay, thank you so much for being here and sharing all your insights. It was very informative, and I really appreciate the time that you spent with us. If you know someone who would be a great fit for the show, come on over to ingeniousbaby.com and share your tips and story ideas. You are your baby's first and best teacher.